Hey guys, how are you? I'm Samuel. I'm an internationally trained dentist, but I'm a dental student at McGill at the moment. Today we are going to see about how to brush a child's teeth. This is a question which seems obvious to many parents, but I get asked a lot like what is the best technique to use, what brush to use, what to do and what not to do. Since I worked with kids a lot and I have also done quite a few research among kids how to prevent decay and how to improve their oral health. I think it's an important concept as well because most parents when they think about child's teeth, it often comes to mind that it's just baby teeth and it's going to fall away anyway. But I have to tell you this, please make no mistake, baby teeth is as important as the permanent teeth that's going to come after 6 years, because this sets the path for the permanent teeth to come and set in, because any changes, even a minor decay on the sides, can cause huge impact on the positioning of the permanent teeth. So let's jump right in. I highly encourage you to watch the entire video because I'll be giving you a lot of inputs as to what to do and what not to do, which is very important when managing very young children's oral health. When you have a very young child, usually less than 1 year old, we call them infants, and they have no teeth. And parents often usually have this thought process like, do we have to clean their mouth because there's nothing left to clean? But I highly encourage you as parents to clean the infant's mouth after every meal or after every feeding. It could be breast milk, it could be infant formula, it could be anything else, but please make sure that you clean them for the first 6 months. As a parent, what I personally used was gauze, sterilized gauze. My mom and my wife used to use thin cotton towels, which are absolutely soft. They have to be moist when you use them on little children's oral tissues because those tissues are very fragile, they're very soft. If you use them dry, you might rub and cause ulcerations, or it won't be pleasant for the kid. And if the kid doesn't enjoy it, you're going to have such a hard time to maintain their oral health as well. So it is, I feel it's the duty of the parent to make those experiences enjoyable so that child is as cooperative as possible. They don't have the mental maturity or the emotional maturity to understand what's happening, but if they like or enjoy the process, they will help you do it, because I have done this personally for my kid, and I feel it is totally doable. So there are a few options here. First, like I mentioned, you can use the gauze, you can use soft cotton towels. You roll them between your fingers, and then after every feeding, ask them to give them some water and wipe them all down. Why do I ask you to do this? Because you believe it or not, there's a tiny amount of film which also forms on the surface of the tissues. We call it the plaque biofilm. They harbor bacteria. It's a common thing where mom blows the food or mom tastes the food first to check the amount of heat or temperature. Is it too cold? Is it too hot? Is it flavored enough for the kid? And all this transmits bacteria from the mother's oral cavity into the food that's being provided to the kid. This is not possible for breast milk, but even then, we kiss the child, and then the child puts their finger into the parent's mouth or anyone else's mouth in the family, and then they put the finger in their own mouth. All this can transmit bacteria from one oral cavity to another oral cavity. So when you don't clean the child's mouth, this becomes a playground for these bacteria to settle in, and the research has shown this as well. And if you don't maintain optimal hygiene for these kids, when the first teeth erupts, it becomes a breeding ground, and it can perpetuate dental diseases among baby teeth as well. So this is one a recommendation I would like to place before you. The second one is like, parents ask me, what happens when the first tooth comes out? The first tooth comes out, you start brushing the kid's teeth. So do I use a brush? There are several brushes available on the market. Personally, I got something from, I think, Mama Earth. I don't know if that company is still available, which is one of the best that I could find in my hometown in Chennai, India. But you can find anything on Amazon. But I have put a picture here, and you can. This is what it looks like. It's a silicone brush. You can insert it in your finger. I would recommend use BPA free because I used to sterilize them uh, after like 3 or 4 uses because they're very hard to clean as well. So basic simple processes like how you sterilize your pacifier, or like whatever things you use for your baby. It's normal stuff. So the first tooth comes around 6 months, but don't be surprised because the average time can be plus or minus 6 months. Because my kid had a first tooth come in a year and 2 months. I was pretty shocked, and the whole world made fun of me because being a dentist kid, she doesn't have teeth. It's pretty awkward, but it comes out eventually unless there are specific medical conditions which cause teeth not to form at all. In that case, it becomes really sad, but still, I was lucky, I guess. And I would suggest like allow the kid to play with the brush first and then let them explore, because kids love exploring stuff. You have to let them chew on it and then move around, touch it, and whatever. It's like you have to give them that visual and sensory stimulation. And once they like it, your life becomes incredibly easy. It's what I would say. So you have this brush here, and coming to the amount of toothpaste that you use, I'm not getting into the drama of whether to use fluoride or not. I am a parent, and I use fluoridated toothpaste for my kid. I do my research as well. So fluoride is safe when used in optimal levels, which are recommended by world leading dental organizations like American Dental Association, which is ADA, CDA is Canadian Dental Association. So all of these, we don't endorse products just for the sake of it or for business motives, but these are all proven standard methods where you can improve child's oral health and prevent decay. So I strongly advise fluoride toothpaste, or toothpaste containing fluoride or fluoridated toothpaste. And I'll also insert a picture here which says the amount of ppm of fluoride. Ppm means parts per million. So it's basically 1 milligram in 1 liter of water, so which is minuscule, guys. For any child within 0 to 3 years, I would recommend like you use a grain of rice size of toothpaste, because now it's like it becomes really silly, like, oh, is this small, is this big? Like, just go with the intuition, as small as practical, not too much, not too less. Okay, you need not be like frothing all over, just a medium to just remove the dirt and debris, that's all. And since they're so young, they lack the emotional maturity to spit after brushing initially, between the ages of like 2.5. But once they reach 3, they understand, like, ask them to spit, not swallow. But even if they swallow a bit, it's just okay, because I have my kid, I have done this before. And it's impossible to tell the kid not to swallow because they're not adults. And they can spit, which is totally okay. If not also, which is totally okay. So you have to have the due diligence to use as little toothpaste as possible, and use the finger brush during the initial stages. So then I would highly advise you to switch to a kid's toothbrush. You can choose anything on the market. So how do you go about choosing your kid's toothbrush? That's another important factor, because allow the kid to pick their own brush, because it makes them more inclined to choose brushing. They might not do it. I highly advise parents to supervise or do the brushing until they are 6 to 8 years old, because they don't have that manual dexterity to rotate around. And there are basic simple maneuvers to brush the kids teeth. I'm going to let you know like what techniques you can use as well in the video. But like, let them choose their own toothbrush. It could be any superhero, Barbie, Elsa, Anna. My kid is fascinated with Anna, so we get anything with Anna and Elsa. So anytime we say brushing, she's like, oh yeah, Elsa or Anna. So that's a good thing. Any brush should work as long as it's a kid's toothbrush, because their mouth is really small. And let them pick the toothbrush. Use kids fluoridated toothpaste if you can. And if you have any personal preferences, I have nothing against that, but research says, and I personally use this for my kid. If it is not safe, I wouldn't use it for my kid. So it's at your own discretion to use fluoride or not. I found few videos which really motivated my kid towards her brushing journey, and this particular video we love a lot as a family, because they emphasize the meaning of brushing as a family practice. uh, I live by that philosophy. It's not just me telling my kid like we have to brush twice, we do it as a family. Then my kids understands that it's something meaningful to me as well personally. A lot of times in this kid you see the kids going around and around, which is what exactly we need to be doing, and they're also doing it alone, which I highly encourage. Allow the kid give them some autonomy and then allow them to experiment with the brush. They'll do it for maybe probably 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then they get bored. Then the parent should take over, brush every surface of the teeth, go in circles, go straight, it doesn't matter. The intention for sharing this video here is because this highly helped me to motivate my kid, so I hope this is going to motivate your kid too. So make this a family activity, allow the kid to experiment, then you take over. So that's a key point. But there is one thing I don't recommend from this video is like, don't give an electric toothbrush to a kid. It's unnecessary in my personal opinion, and it's my 2 cents. You can it's up to you, because I don't even recommend electric toothbrush for adults who have good oral hygiene with manual toothbrushes. So there you go. The next video, a mom does an incredible job. I have personally benefited from these videos, and that's the only reason I'm sharing them to you as well. But I'm also taking the opportunity to share what's not recommended by dentist or specialist here. In this video, you see the mom doing her due diligence. This is what every parent should do for a kid, and to maintain that sparkly smile for the kids' teeth, because they're just like pearls. They're so white, they're beautiful, and I think it's our responsibility to maintain them that way. Yeah, you can see exactly the surfaces of the kids' teeth and how they are brushing each surfaces. It's not necessary you have to go straight everywhere. You can make circles. You can make circles on the exterior surfaces. You cannot do them on the inside. You can just follow what this video says, like how you brush on the top, on the inside. The outside, you can either go straight or you make circles. Anything is fair game as long as you cover every surface of the tooth. It's all good. And one thing which I wouldn't recommend, and I've been screaming my lungs out, is like, don't rinse after brushing. But here the kid rinses after brushing. That means they say like it removes the dirt and the gunk. You spit, they all comes out, or you just swallow them, it goes inside. It's not a big deal. I really hope you find this video useful, and in case you have any doubts or queries, please post them in the comment section below so that I can respond to them directly. And in case you want any further evidence or published guidelines towards use of fluoridated toothpaste, please post them in comments as well. I can send you the link of free articles from the authorities on teeth so that you can make the best decision possible for your kids' oral health. Take care. See you soon.